Hello everyone and welcome to the Headphones On podcast. I'm your host Dylan the Waterboy, and today I'm joined with now co-host William.
Hello.
And today we have a special guest, General Zachary Pumphrey.
Actually, it's Sergeant Zachary Pumphrey.
Sorry about that.
General sounds better.
It does, but I mean, you gotta go with the actual rank. And actually, it's Cadet Sergeant Zachary Pumphrey.
Alright. Cool. So, we started this podcast a little too late, so this is probably going to be a short one, but I can kick you out of this podcast straight as quick as I can put you in it.
Sorry. I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah. But, Zach has gifted me with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, one of my favorite childhood meals. We're all eating.
Well,
We're just a little hungry.
yeah. Do we have any questions for Zach?
Yeah. So, tell us about yourself. Oh wait, before I say that, thanks for joining me on the show today.
Well, first of all, I am a Cadet Sergeant of the Junior ROTC Army. Well, actually, no, I said that wrong. I am a Cadet Sergeant of the Army Junior ROTC. That's how you say it. I am 15 years old.
Well, you don't have to get too explicit on the details, but just like, what hobbies, what you do,
My favorite hobby.
You see, ladies and gents, Zachary here is what I'd like to call podcast virgin.
Yeah.
I believe this is your first podcast?
Just leaked. But this thing is brand new. You didn't even ask William. I just got it today, and it just leaked.
Is that water or is that?
It's just water.
Wow.
No, I'm water.
The back.
This is Fortnite Chug Jug.
What's in there?
It's club soda and that Gatorade.
I kind of want to try some. May I try some?
You may. So,
It's pretty good.
thank you. Yeah. So, let's see. We last talked about, in our previous podcast, about how, William is a fraud. And that he's not actually
Created
an
me
author.
into a fraud.
But he does own a mansion, several cars, and gets women. That's lots of power.
Well, I mean, if you're a fraud and you're just happy to be a millionaire, I mean, who's going to challenge you? You're a millionaire.
Yeah, but the thing we did lie about was that he was an author. He really isn't an author. He's,
No.
Yeah. I don't think he could ever become an author. Not creative-wise, but, like, writing-wise.
Well, I mean, trust me, I've heard some pretty creative situations from the mind of William Bodge.
Oh, yeah.
That should be okay, he might be a fraud author now, but he should create a book. The creative ideas from the mind of William Bodge.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The autobiography of the creative ideas from William Bodge.
That would end horribly.
Copyright to Dylan Mattiello.
Oh, man.
Assistant writer, Zachary Pumphrey.
No.
Well, I tried.
You tried.
We now have video proof. So if I ever make that a book. Speaking of that, Zachary, you have not heard about this, but since like I said, William was an author, he didn't write just any old books. He wrote some like messed up stuff. You mind pulling out your phone and checking and just telling him what these beautiful book names are? Sorry about that. The bell had rung for a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter. So like we had said before, William has written such books as How to Rule the World While Naked. That's one I remember. What a couple that you remember?
Dog.
Oh,
The worst
yes.
one. The worst one out of all
That
of
was the worst rated book out of all of them.
them.
What was
I
its
killed
rate?
my wife
Half
with
a star.
fidget spinner.
Yeah.
That's
How to get
one
away
of
with a hit and run.
my- yeah, and murder.
Mm-hmm.
How to murder your whole family.
Oh, that's a
Step-by-step
Something-
guide.
Yeah, step-by-step guide. There was something about dwarves.
Oh, why dwarves need to be incinerated.
Uh-huh.
See, my favorite pastime, killing my family.
Then that book would have been great for you. But you
Are
haven't
there
heard
any
of
more
this?
copies left?
Well, actually, it's funny you said that. I'm actually going to be making the official the official headphones on podcast T-shirts, where it's going to be the first one's going to be on the back. It's going to say headphones on podcast, but the second one, I'm going to be going onto like Photoshop, and I'm going to like make each and every one of those book covers, having them on the back, then having underneath of them written like all the names, and then on the front just gonna just say headphones on podcast.
So you're not going to include the writer?
Oh,
Or excuse me, the fraud writer?
yeah.
You see, if I get one of those shirts, I gotta hide it, because if my mom reads any of those things, oh, she's not gonna be the happiest.
I just remembered one of the book names.
What?
The inside of the female cat's anus.
Like I said, guys, the creative mind of William Bodge.
No,
Actually,
these were all his ideas.
Those are all my brain children.
He just decided to put them in my head.
Oh.
And made,
was-
and then he.
So you came up with the idea, he wrote them.
Kind of, yeah. but
Kinda.
It was like it was really funny because like William, every time I would like come up with one of those book covers or
he
book
would
names,
not tell me.
I wouldn't tell him, and B, I would always make them worse than the last one.
Yeah,
He's like,
the last one was the worst out of them all.
Yeah.
Because but here's the thing: he would also ask me questions about the book.
mm-hmm.
It's like, but I want to talk to you about these coordinates at the back of this book. Where do they lead? And I just I had to think of something, so I thought of the T-shirt, an early access of the T-shirt, and all the books, first edition with my autograph.
Coordinates?
Yeah, it was like coordinates to
Like north, south, east, west, or like...
X,
No, like-
Y.
It was numbers, point numbers.
You know what it's
and
like, where it's
take
like-
to a certain part of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Where it's like the depth and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah.
Turns out, guys...
How'd you know?
That's the joke was, right, so the joke was supposed to be, it was the coordinates to his dead wife that he killed with a fidget spinner. And that his wife had gone missing.
Yeah, I knew you were trying to make me say, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but, you know, we have fun here. We have fun here.
Anywho, we got way off topic. We're supposed to talk about our actual special guest, not
Yeah.
what happened last time.
Yeah.
Breaking a chair, question mark?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday, I told him for exchange for chips, peanut butter, and jelly sandwich, and just recently today, another BB&J sandwich, that he would be able to not only join this podcast, but future podcasts. And I went to very smoothly put my arm on the armrest, and it came off. It's not funny.
It is, though.
I think it's because of me that broke it, because someone, it says a certain someone threw something down here, went to grab it, and his chair fell over because of it.
No, that was
Yeah.
the first time. That was before that, remember?
No, that was after. No, wait, the chair falling down was before.
And then during that day, he leaned on it and it snapped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it fell over and he landed on that exact arm.
No wonder why it broke.
Oh, that's not
wonder.
good. Anywho,
So,
any questions for our faithful special guests?
yeah, do you have any questions for us about
Actually, yeah.
podcasts? About, you know,
Because he's got to ask us the questions and then to see if he wants to come back
How
on.
many podcasts do you do? Or have you done so far?
I believe this will
Yesterday
be
was 7, so this would be the 8th.
this will be the 8th podcast, and we did have an we're still trying to get episode 5 to come out, but
It's like YouTube is rejecting it.
because it's over 15 minutes long and it needs to be verified.
Alright.
No.
How many has you all done with Steven running?
Half of one.
Half of one, and part and somewhat of one. I think only 2.
Technically 2, because he has his own podcast.
Yeah.
So he
just part of one was, I don't think we ever uploaded that one. That one was like work in progress, but never
the one,
made.
the first one was, a lot of the reasons why he'll join would be because he was doing his own podcast, and he was getting ready for us to finish so that we could, like, do his podcast, but...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where he hasn't been doing his.
Yeah, he
Why
said he
not?
wanted to get back on it soon, though.
Yeah. So, anything else?
Yeah, any other questions about us?
How many podcast listeners do you have? Or is there not a way to figure that out?
We have one subscriber, and that's William. And then I'm trying to get more people to view it, but I have to get to, like, episode 400 in order to get it on YouTube's algorithm.
Yeah, we have a lot to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if we start suggesting it to our friends to watch,
Yeah, then we'll get a lot more viewers. And, like,
yeah.
most, like, channels I would have been like, I don't know if I'm going to be ready to get to, like, 400 episodes. But this one's less about getting popular and more about just, having fun, talking.
Having fun, get on the algorithm, all that kind of stuff.
Hopefully getting on the algorithm.
Yeah.
How many does Steven have?
Steven, I think he has, like, 7 or 8.
But we're catching up.
700 or 800.
Oh.
We're gonna beat him.
7.
We're gonna have a contest.
We're definitely gonna surpass Steven. At some point or another, we're going to, like, get more subscribers and more views than him.
Well, he did have more special guests than us.
Yeah, but the
That's-
other thing is, he doesn't upload as much as we do, because this has been, so far, a daily podcast.
Except one day, but that was because everything was like, the rooms weren't available whatsoever.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, sometimes there will be, like, a large gap between podcasts, and that's usually because down here we're having some sort of break, or it's a holiday, or for me, I'm going to be going to a wedding, so sometimes the podcast...
Oh, you're going to a wedding.
Whose wedding?
My uncle's.
That's hilarious, because the recent wedding I went to was my uncle's as well.
Was he marrying a man?
No, he wasn't.
I haven't been to a wedding in over a year.
But
That's
there
sad.
were a bunch of bells all around where you shook it and they would have to kiss.
And then that's the one where you kept shaking the bell and they kept kissing.
See,
I here's the thing though. I was actually very important during the wedding. I had to hold up a post, and if I let go for even a second, the whole thing would have collapsed on them.
so you were working. Did they pay you?
No, the thing is, if there wasn't someone there, I would have been the best man. If a certain person wasn't able to show up, I was going to be the best man.
Okay, were you hoping that they wouldn't?
Partially.
I figured.
But the best man was, like, next to me. So, I was still up there.
But you were holding a post.
Yeah, we were all the best man and the best...
Sorry, we just ran out of time, so
Yeah.
anything you two would like to say?
No, I hope I can come back next time.
Yep.
Stay in school, don't do drugs, and don't go to ISS.
Because you'll get super comfortable. Alright, thank you.
It's an addictive chemical.
Oh yeah, nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that all being said, if you're watching this at night, good night. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning. If you're watching it in the evening, why are you watching a podcast in the evening? So with all that being said, thank you, New York!